Houston may have a problem in sports right now, but it gets no uglier than the Dallas sports scene. Micah Parsons, do you boo or do you cheer? We answer.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is so good to be right back with you again and in the home state with the home team at ESPN 97.5. This is the crib back in Houston, but my heart obviously in South Florida with you all. I mean, things are much better. Things are much better in the Sunshine State, at least when it comes to college football and potentially the NBA. Big shout out to the Miami Heat. Will be at Heat Media Day on Monday. But not to get ahead of ourselves, today is a Thirsty Thursday. Today is a Thursday, which is the best day of the week, September 25th. We open week 4 of the NFL calendar. We also step into a college football weekend that should be absolutely superb. And also in Major League Baseball, they're starting to round things out, figure out who's going to be where and going to be able to play some postseason football. I'm excited for it all, and also excited on the other side of the glass back at ESPN West Palm, not in the Evan Cohen studios, but in the CCAT. What is it called?
Control room.
Control room. It just doesn't have the same ring to it. There goes CCAT. He's on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos.
How's it going, my man?
We need a better.
The Cat Cave. Easy. I thought this through the first time I moved in the studios. I said, okay, that's going to be called the Cat Cave.
Okay. I like it. It's the Cat Cave. Cat Cave, which you hold down between 2 and 6. You also do Russo and Rizzo between 4 and 6. That allows you to own the entire cave because you're the one that runs that damn thing. What do you call it when on Fridays when it's somebody else back there? When like Damian Perez steps in, is it still the Cat Cave?
Yes.
Okay.
Like you don't just change the name of a building when a different person operates it, you know? The name stays the same.
Well, yes, but I would say like with the Cowboys Stadium, we call it Jerry World because, well, he kind of paid at least a good amount to make sure that it got built, even though it's actually called like AT&T Stadium because they paid for the naming rights. The Evan Cohen studios that we have in downtown West Palm Beach that face Rosemary Avenue in City Place, that actually has like there's a name card on that studio. It has actual naming rights because where you sit in the Cat Cave, it is a bit of an assumed name. It's more of a nickname.
Okay.
I thought maybe it could change if there's like a substitute teacher or a backup quarterback in there, you know?
What if I print a sign out?
Yeah.
Once it's official that way, like I don't get clearance for this.
I would be down for that.
I laminate it and I color ink. I use good color ink.
Yeah.
I think that I might be able to force my will upon it.
You know me. I'm all the way in on that. I say you go ahead and do it. I will back you on it. If anybody asks, I will lie to them and say that I did not back you on it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not putting my neck on the line for you, but I will say that would be very entertaining. And who's going to stop you?
Thank you.
Who's actually going to stop you? The woman who is the czar of our office and the designs and the things that hang on the wall, she visits once or twice a year. She's a great teammate. We love her. Her name's Kelly. But she won't be here until maybe the Boca Bowl in like late December. So I think you have a little bit of a free leeway to get it. And by the time she gets here, it might be stuck. You know, it might be like,
exactly.
Duct tape it.
Or I thought you meant like stuck in people's heads. Like everyone's calling it the Cat Cave. So It's always been the Cat Cave. This was the Mandela effect. We all just kind of forget that I did this on my own volition right now versus we moved in and we moved into a room that was called the Cat Cave.
Right. You should also act surprised when somebody brings up like, hey, when did this happen? You should be like, oh, whoa, I didn't realize that y'all did that. Thank you. You know? That'll really sell it.
I'll cut a ribbon too, and I'll date it back in 2024.
Yeah.
So that no one's the wiser.
Do you feel like if for Dallas sports fans right now, because I'm in Houston and the vibes are definitely low. Clearly the Texans 0-3. They thought they would have a better start than that. When it comes to basketball, I think they're having their media day soon with the Houston Rockets, but the Rockets had a lot of hype around them. Of course, they went out and got KD this offseason, but they are left a little high and dry because their starting point guard and champion Fred VanVleet announced an ACL injury, and now they'll be without a veteran and a starter. So basketball season not really feeling too great. And then you look at the one mainstay that's been great in Houston, in the Houston sports scene over the past decade plus. That's the Houston Astros. 5 games back of the Mariners in the American League West, and there's not a lot of hope that they sneak in and that they extend their season much further as well. So it's a little decrepit out here. But I don't think it gets much worse than what's going on in Houston's biggest rival when it comes to city, brotherly love, if you will. They are now facing this week, week 4 in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys fans, which this game will be at home. They're going to be facing, for the second straight year, a generational, quote unquote, superstar, a player who you thought would be your franchise guy for the next decade plus, someone who is likely the highest jersey seller, maybe not for the Cowboys. Micah might be second to Dak, but definitely in the top 3. Micah Parsons is about to do the same exact thing that we saw Luka Doncic do like 200 days ago, which is after an unexpected trade, come in a yellow uniform and most likely put on a dominant performance. Luka's first game against the Mavericks, a triple-double, a 20-point Lakers win, and we saw the Dallas Mavericks fans cheer him on, especially when he actually made his first steps back into Dallas in front of that home crowd, or I guess road crowd, but hometown crowd for him because he considered himself a lifetime Maverick before they shipped him out in the middle of the night. On the flip side of things, Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers about to do something exactly similar at Jerry World. Again, he made it a thing, and it's become a thing. So like I said, with your Cat Cave Seat Cat, I think it could definitively work out. They're going to come into Jerry World and likely lay the smack down on primetime television. And all the while, Micah Parsons has a lot of respect and love for the Dallas fans, especially considering the fact that when the Packers reporters asked him yesterday, Micah Parsons, man who wanted to be a Cowboy, but they shipped you out to Green Bay against what was previously your will, but also succumbing to your trade request because you couldn't get a contract done. Micah, what do you think your reception will be like in Dallas?
I think Dallas loves me. I think they're going to give me a good round of applause. And, there's no hard feelings there, at least for me. And I think it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a great atmosphere. I think, this is some of the best football you're going to get in Dallas when it's Sunday night against, a rivalry opponent.
Micah Parsons forecasting that the Dallas Cowboys fans are going to not only cheer for him, but it's going to be a great environment as the Packers likely beat them by multiple scores. Coming off of a disappointing loss against the Browns, the Pack want to get back, and no better team to get back at than the team that they have made a ritual out of beating up on, and that is the Dallas Cowboys. C-Cat, I know that Micah has love for that team. But the other thing I do know is those Cowboys fans, they don't want to drop to 1-3. They don't want to see their squad fall short. Not at home, not against that team that ended their last playoff run in an embarrassing way, and also that team that has had a now running history of running them out of their own stadium. I know they got love for Micah, and Micah got love for them. The question today is, should Cowboys fans be actively rooting against, booing, making it uncomfortable for Micah Parsons on Sunday, or because he's beloved, because he wanted to be a Cowboy, should they, as he called it, he said applaud him. Mm-hmm. He said cheer for him. Should they be gracious in his welcome back to Dallas? That is the question that I rise today. And before I toss it to you, C-Cat, I'm going to do something a little bit out of character.
Whoa.
I never, ever generally side against the player. I am the one that always says fans should be more appreciative of the hard work, the sweat equity, especially when I'm talking about a superstar who has meant a lot to you as a fan, who drove winning for you, at least in the regular season with Micah Parsons, and also set all kind of records when it comes to guys that come out of the gates getting 4 straight 12-sack seasons. You don't see that. It's an unprecedented thing what Micah Parsons was able to do in a Cowboys uniform. I think Cowboys fans should be booing the hell out of that man from the moment he walks in that stadium to the moment that he walks out. And it has nothing to do with Micah being a villain or Micah Parsons being a guy that you now have to hate because he's sporting another color. You have your life on the line. You have your season on the line. You have your dignity on the line. You saw it happen with Luka Doncic and them Lakers. Y'all cheered for him. Y'all paraded for him. And you hated on Nico. But at the end of the day, Mavericks fans, how much better do you feel now? 200 and about. I looked it up actually on Sunday night. CCAT, the separation between Luka Doncic's first game against the Dallas Mavericks in a Lakers uniform and Micah Parsons' first game in a Packers uniform against the Dallas Cowboys. 214 days. 214. CCAT, that might not mean a lot to you because I don't know how much you are familiar with the area codes here in Texas.
No.
But the Dallas area code, most prominent one and the one that most of my homies from the D got, 214. 214 days separated from you having to watch Luka Doncic stump on your forehead. You might have to watch the same thing with Micah Parsons, already forecasting how he's going to have regrets of sacking Dak Prescott. I do believe Cowboys fans should be booing him and making it uncomfortable him from the start to the end, and it has less to do with how much you should love Micah Parsons and more to do with, damn it, you're desperate and you need a win.
Yeah, I think the initial reaction is, wow, you are great, and we liked when you were great with us, and now you're hurting our team. Now we don't like you. You're on the other side. Like, I'm sorry, Micah Parsons, the breakup was extremely public. And yes, even though you made it clear and obvious that at the end of Week 18, the offseason begins, Micah Parsons wanted to be a Cowboy and he would have taken a hometown discount. Even though that is true, I think Cowboys fans are going to boo him too.
They should.
I think you have to. You are a Cowboy fan before Micah, during Micah, and after Micah. You just got to resign yourself to disliking a player that you previously cheered for very hard and was the best player on your team. I think you got to boo Micah. I think you also got to boo him because he thinks that the applause is like guaranteed.
Yes.
Micah should not have said that.
No. He can't. You can't say that. If you're Micah Parsons, you do take the high road, which I like what he did. He said there's no animosity from his side. He says that he does believe that there is a mutual love and mutual respect between him and the fan base, and I get that. And I'm telling you right now, speaking to Cowboys fans and knowing some, there absolutely is. Nobody is blaming Micah for his exit from Dallas. Everybody knows that the man who was in charge of that thing, who let it all go awry, is the guy who nicknamed the building after himself, and that is Jerry Jones. I am not saying that booing Micah is saying that his departure was on his own behalf, but I do think that his assumption that you should applaud him, as he's sacking your quarterback, wreaking havoc on your porous offensive line. I think that is specifically why you have to boo him. Have you some pride? Have you a backbone? Boo that man.
Yeah, you cannot assume. You let the fans decide. You let the fans kind of take that first step forward, and then you embrace it. And maybe after the fact, I knew they were going to cheer me. I love that city, and we had some great memories together. But you can't say, they're going to cheer for me. They know how great I am. They love me.
They love me in the D, baby. Play it one more time again. Micah Parsons being asked whether or not, or what he thinks the fan engagement and reception is going to be from him. I know what Jerry Jones wants them to do, but he thinks it's going to go more like this.
I think Dallas loves me. I think they're going to give me a good round of applause, and there's no hard feelings there.
Yeah,
a good round of applause. Micah, relax. Are you sure?
They're going to do they're going to pause the game at the first media timeout and then put a camera on Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Thank you, Micah Parsons. And everyone's going to stand up and just clap it up and give him everything that he thinks that he deserves. Micah, we couldn't have missed the playoffs without you. Micah, we couldn't have gotten Monday Night Football 4 times despite barely being 500 without you, Micah.
The other side of this, too, is the Cowboys are not only banged up right now, they're not good. Even when they were healthy, they're not good. CeeDee Lamb, high ankle sprain, your best weapon on offense. He's going to be out, and we don't know how long he's actually going to be out. Timetable's been estimated around 2 to 3 more weeks. Tyler Booker, the guard that you drafted out of Alabama in the top 15, the guy who was supposed to shore up that offensive line who looks good, he also going to be out. Trayvon Diggs, who's not looked good this year, the cornerback who Micah says he's good friends with, he might not play. He didn't practice yesterday, and we'll see what happens for them going forward. Deron Bland was limited in practice. That's the corner on the other side. Your team is banged up. Your quarterback Dak Prescott needs all the help he can get, and also that defense you have seems to be the serum for a struggling offense. We saw what the Browns were able to do to the Packers last week in an upsetting fashion, holding Jordan Love and that Packers offense that's supposed to be explosive. Matt LaFleur, supposed to be the boy genius, a guy that I do believe in as a play caller and as a head coach, but got absolutely shut down on the road last week. They're going to walk in with something to prove. And the Cowboys defense these days is a get right team. You saw what Caleb Williams did to him.
Oh, it diced him up.
298, 4 touchdowns. He was throwing flea flickers into the end zone. Like, you don't think that Jordan Love want to get some get right against y'all? You got to do everything in your own ability to help your team feel like they got a chance in this one. And I guarantee you, cheering for Micah Parsons, giving him a round of applause is not going to endear you at all to the current Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't think if you're a Cowboys fan and you bought a ticket to Cowboys-Packers on Sunday Night Football that you are excited for the possibility of thanking Micah Parsons for his contributions as a Cowboy.
Thank you, Micah.
I think you walk into that building thinking, I want to beat down the Packers and their arrival, and Micah Parsons is behind enemy lines, so I know him more than anyone else on that sideline. I'm going to boo him harder than Jordan Love.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, if I do see a fan base that is gracious to Micah Parsons, if I do see on Sunday night a fan base that welcomes him with a warm cheer and embrace, I'm going to know immediately exactly how that game is going to go, and I don't think it's going to be close. I already think it might be a blowout, but I don't think that would be a good tone to set in the first place. I was looking, CCAT, you and I are both in a Survivor League, full disclosure. You and I both have survived through 3 weeks. I am looking back on some of my picks, and I got some guts. Week 1, I had the Cardinals.
Okay.
Like, I was looking, I'm like, okay, to stake my Survivor claim on a Week 1 Cardinals pick with Kyler Murray is a bit ambitious. Last week, both of us were on the Seattle Seahawks. I just submitted my pick for Week 4 of the NFL, and it was a tough one. I'm looking around, and this week was more tough for Survivor leagues because last week it was like, ooh, not a lot to pick from. This week it's like I see 4 or 5 games that are lopsided, but I don't want to waste a team early. I think that this, and I'm following it up with my pick and Survivor pick as well, I think that Packers-Cowboys is a sure thing on the side of Green Bay. Part of it has to do with the whole Micah Parsons revenge game angle. The other part of it has to do with the fact that the Cowboys have absolutely nothing left in the tank when it comes to weapons. And on the defensive side, they've been bad all year despite having their corners. Now they're likely going to be without both of their starters. Like, I love the Packers in this one, but to me, it feels like that's going to be a hot Survivor pick. And if you're a Cowboys fan, if you want to not just ruin Micah Parsons' return, but ruin most Survivor leagues out there, maybe y'all should be cheering on those boys to do the unthinkable and do what the Browns did last weekend.
Yeah, I'll be one of those people because I am not picking the Packers in my survival pick. I am going elsewhere.
Wow.
I'm going against Cam Ward, and I'm going with the Houston Texans.
Wow.
I'm rooting for the guys you're around right now.
That is a scary – they would not advise it, CCAT.
But you know what? They're both 0-3 teams, and how many more times are you going to choose the Texans throughout the year? Because I'm not just trying to make it to next week. I'm trying to win the Survivor pool, so I'm not going to waste a top team in the NFC or the AFC. That's why I'm not going to pick the Packers or the Bills. And the Packers are going on the road in a rivalry environment.
Yeah.
This game means a lot more to Dallas than it does to Green Bay. I'm happy with my Houston pick.
Here's what I'll say about my picks in Survivor leagues, and oftentimes it'll boil down to this. Like, some of it is processed. The other part of it is how will I feel about myself afterwards if this goes wrong? And I feel much better about banking on the Cowboys laying an egg at home against the team that I have picked to make it to the Super Bowl, and somehow, some way, the Cowboys sneak out a win. I'll be like, you know what? They got me. They were the better team. I would feel absolutely like an idiot if I picked a struggling Texan squad that has a shifty offensive line, a C.J. Stroud behind center that looks like he's regressed, a banged-up wide receiver room that feels like it's Nico Collins or bust, and then on the defensive side of the ball, as elite as they are, Cam Ward and those Titans have faced 3 really, really good defenses already, and they've kind of put up points. Like, they've been bad, but they put up like 20. They put up like 25. They've been hanging around there on offense. Like, are you sure the Texans can score enough points to make you feel comfortable with picking them as a winless team against the Titans right now?
Now, so of course, Survivor picks, it's money line. So just win the dang game and move on to the next week. But I look at the over-under, it's 38.5, which is a very low NFL total, and the spread is 7.5. So, like, they're banking on the Titans not scoring many points in this game. That's telling you right there.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to bet this game against the spread, I would advise for the Titans for that reason. Just doing the math, if there's not supposed to be that many points in the game, 7.5 points going to the Texans is a whole lot that they have to cover the spread in that one. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win the pool, not trying to advance this week.
I got you.
So that's
you
what I'm going with.
You got to advance to win. You got to advance to win, C-Cat. And I appreciate your moxie. We both picked a little sneaky one with the Seahawks last week, so I'm with you on that. But you got to advance to win. And you picking a winless team does not feel like a winning strategy. It also doesn't feel like a winning strategy if the Cowboys fans cheer Micah Parsons. So I'll ask the good people here, theoretically speaking, what they think Cowboys fans should and will do on Sunday night. 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Let me know what you think the Cowboys should keen in on right now. Like, not the Cowboys themselves. They got to go out there and win the damn football game. But Cowboys fans, we're going to pack the stadium. Likely going to be a sellout. I know at the very least Micah Parsons' suite will be sold out. You know, he still has, apparently still has his suite at Jerry World. And I'm curious how many times we get a solo shot on the people in Micah's suite during the game. Over, under 5. Like, they're going to be showing that thing all night long. But should the the Cowboys fans be booing Parsons all night long in what used to be his home stadium? You let us know here on Theoretically Speaking. 888-760-3776. Bad blood and Big D. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. So get back to the life and the activities you love. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho and hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. C-Cat, I'm going to list off a couple other games I have my eye on for Survivor pick, and you tell me if it's safer or a little bit more dangerous than my Packers over Cowboys. Now, the obvious safe one would be Bills at home to the New Orleans Saints, but I think I've faded the Saints already twice through 3 weeks. I think I'm trying my luck here. What if they have that weird Bills game where they lose to a top 3 draft pick team?
Yeah, the Bills lost to the Patriots last year, if I recall correctly, or maybe the 2 years ago. Whenever they were big favorites by, I think, double-digit favorites. They did lose that game. It's a cross. I'm more worried about wasting the Bills in that spot than I am losing in that spot. That's what I would say. I said there'll be weeks. There's so many options this week that I don't want to use a premium team. That's kind of where I'm attacking week 4 in the NFL.
How comfortable do you feel about it? Because the same reason why I like the Packers over the Cowboys this week, despite it being a road game and despite the Cowboys maybe feeling desperate, is because the Packers are coming off of a loss, and a loss that seems like they were a bit embarrassed by and taken by surprise by. So they are hungry to get a win. On the other side, the Browns just came off their first win of the season. They traveled to Detroit, the Ford Field, to take on the Lions. The only reason why I did not pick the Lions in this one, because I would bet this game, but I wouldn't pick it in Survivor, is because I don't know exactly how strong that Browns defense is yet, and I'm a little bit afraid. I'm a little bit fearful of just like blindly picking a team to actually beat them now.
Yeah, I feel like I do know how strong that Browns defense, and it's pretty darn strong, if you ask me.
And you saw what happened to the Lions week 1 when they faced a strong defense in the Packers. They got it was in a straitjacket. That can happen again.
Another option I was toiling with was maybe using the Denver Broncos this week. They have the second part of the, not doubleheader, but 2 games going on at the same time on Monday night while we're at Hard Rock Stadium watching the Dolphins take on the Jets. Starting an hour later will be Broncos playing host to the Bengals, and the Broncos are 7.5-point favorites at home in primetime. That would have been my second option for Survivor.
That is actually that's not a bad one. Bo Nix, though, has been underwhelming. The fact that they played the Chargers to a field goal, though, you got to feel comfortable that they are not going to like just absolutely dribble down their legs, but they're 1-2. They need a win there. And oddly enough, the Bengals are 2-1, but the Broncos 7.5-point favorites. Like it's a weird, it's an icky game. It's an icky Monday Night Football slate, dog.
Yeah. Jake Browning, is this like the correct stats? I'm seeing 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Yeah, I guess the second half of when he came in for Burrow, and then last game was a disaster.
Cannot believe he's piling up those interceptions left and right. He really looks like a fair-skinned Jameis Winston out there, but except for he's not throwing the ball down the field. His interceptions seem to be on short and intermediate routes, which is a little weird. How about this, though? And I'll just pitch one last one up, and this one I think is riskier than it may seem. The Rams at home to the Colts. The Rams 2-1. The Colts still undefeated, but this is a good Rams defense. They're favored by 3.5 points. And here's what I'll say: Danny Dimes good. Shane Steichen, good head coach. Colts have a good defense. Good. But at some point, I mean, they're not going undefeated, C-Cat. At some point, they're going to lose to an actual good team, and I think that this might be the stop because the Broncos honestly had them beat had it not been for that that field goal fiasco.
That skeeves me out. I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, like, I guess the Rams' home field doesn't give you as much confidence as other teams' home fields would be the caveat that would make me back off of it. But
I've been so wrong on the Indianapolis Colts as many people have been going into the season, but I am also one of those people who is not adjusting my calculations. I'm dying on the hill that the Colts will not be good in the second half of the season and will not be who they look like they are right now. So I'll let them hurt my week-to-week predictions, but I cannot stake my season-long survivor pool on a Daniel Jones upset again. That's what I just can't let it happen.
You're smart. You're a smart man, and I am as well. I'm staying away from it again. I'm keeping my Packers pick. You can keep your Texans pick, and we'll see who survives to week 5. You know what, though? The Colts, hot. Steaming hot right now in the NFL, and as people are waiting for them to cool down, the good thing is, in real life, if you have a house, an apartment, any kind of maybe a condominium, and you want it to cool down because of that South Florida heat, I can help you with that. I can't give you the anecdote to Daniel Jones and Shane Steichen and Jonathan Taylor, who might run for 300 yards against that Rams defense. But what I can tell you is EDSIsyes.com. That's the place to go to hook up your own home to cool that thing down. When I tell you that Florida Heat plays hard and it never takes a timeout, you got to listen to me. Because going cheap on your AC or plumbing is going to be a losing game, and it's going to cost you way more down the line. Don't do it. The good thing is EDS stands for Everyday Savings. The real kind. Quality work, trust, peace of mind. Palm Beach County has relied on EDS to stay cool and comfortable. And the greatest thing is your budget will not stand in the way of your comfort. You can get same-day hot water heater replacement. You can get yearly tune-ups, 2 of them, like what I get with the EDS Gold plan. And plus, 0% interest for 60 months to qualified customers. That's value. That's comfort. That's a winning record. EDS is yes. EDSIsyes.com. Visit today. See if you qualify. Jump in with the good people. C-Cat, on the other side, we have ourselves a man who knows a lot about football, and so much so that he wants to share it with you. Mike Tannenbaum, former GM of the New York Jets and former VP of football operations of those Miami Dolphins, currently at ESPN Insider, and he's joining us on Theoretically Speaking on the other side to talk some ball. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, every day feels like the weekend. Fresh, never frozen chicken wings tossed in over 30 bold flavors, paired with ice-cold beer and handcrafted cocktails, all in a laid-back, beachy atmosphere. And with every game on the big screens, it's the ultimate escape and your home for sports too. Great food, cold drinks, and all the games. That's Hurricane Grill and Wings. Escape the ordinary and find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
This is the Delray Beach Open, the ultimate tennis party. Don't miss today's top professional tennis stars and legends in downtown Delray Beach. February 13th through the 22nd. It's 10 days of 140 miles per hour aces, parties, and all the good vibes. Come for the non-stop action on and off the court. Snap pics and post memories at the DBO. Join us for a jam-packed week of ATP tennis matches where champions play and fans party. DelrayBeachOpen.com for info. Tickets on sale now.
Hey, it's Theo Dorsey. My favorite time of year is here, football season. And if you're a fan of football, you need to be playing Prize Picks. It's simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Will Saquon Barkley have more or less than 1 rushing touchdown? Will Joe Burrow throw more or less than 2.5 passing touchdowns? If your picks are right, you can cash in. Prize Picks also puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast and safe and secure. They offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account all football season. We make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Download the app today and use code THEOD to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code THEOD to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Hey everybody, it's Cade Chumsland. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be awarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. The next chapter of Audi is here. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
You know, I think Dallas loves me. You know, I think they're going to give me a good round of applause. And, you know, there's no hard feelings there, at least for me. And I think it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a great atmosphere. I think, you know, this is some of the best football you're going to get in Dallas when it's Sunday night against, you know, a rivalry opponent.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I feel like the Packers and the Cowboys, though they are kind of like rivals and they have a recent playoff matchup, they had a couple of them actually in big spots. It's weird. NFL rivalries don't have the same ring and buzz to them, especially outside of division, as the ones in college football have. And Kerry, it's your boy Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking. I'm coming to you from ESPN 97.5 Houston. Shout out to our homies over here hosting the guy. Shout out to the ESPN South Florida app. That's where you can go to play back all of our shows, from Theoretically Speaking to Russo and Rizzo. Maybe you missed out on some high school football coverage. You want to see some scores for tomorrow night. You want to see schedules. You want to see updates. You want to see news. You want to see highlights. It's all in one place. ESPN South Florida app. Download it where you get your apps today. If you want to hear about some hot takes, if you want to watch back a cool interview, we just had Mike Greenberg on talking about his new book, Got Your Legends. I defended Heat Nation about that Miami Heat Mount Rushmore that they delivered in that book. Though I like it, I know that there was a little bit of concern around not having guys like Eric Spoelstra on it. All of that and more on the ESPN South Florida app. Go back, download it, and check us out. You're also going to be able to see this right here, which is a nice conversation with the man with the plan, Mike Tannenbaum, joining us here on the Baptist Health Hotline, former GM of the Jets, former VP of football operations with those Miami Dolphins, current ESPN NFL insider, and Mike T. We're in now to week 4. What have you been most right on through 3 weeks of the NFL season, and you're excited to see play out again this weekend?
Oh boy, should we go to the Monday night game and hopefully, some team's going to get on track Monday night, right?
You're talking about between the Jets and the Dolphins, or are you talking about that other one? I mean, there's a couple of stinkers on this side, if you ask me.
Well, I'm going to go Jets Dolphins. Someone's going to get rated on that game, so we'll see. Both teams have been disappointing, and I was encouraged how Miami played. It's been a while, a week ago Thursday, but I guess a week ago from today, but. I thought they were more competitive than I think people realized.
The funny thing about the Dolphins was it's hard to knock the stink of a first impression. That's true in life, and oftentimes it's true in early and short seasons, like any sport, college football, NFL, NBA. So everybody saw the score or they witnessed what happened against the Indianapolis Colts, and that was before we realized the Colts were an actual good team. But since then, They were formidable against the Patriots. I thought they should have and could have won that game, but they fell short. And then on Thursday Night Football, everybody and their mama thought they'd get blown out. But you told us, on Theoretically Speaking, you expected them to put up a fight and potentially get a win. And what do you know? Tua had the ball in his hands with a chance to tie it late in the fourth. But, kind of a same old story type of thing there. Where do you see this season going for the Dolphins if they fall again this weekend at home in prime time to the Jets? Because that will be an 0-4 team with a few veterans that likely are, going to get moved before the deadline.
Yeah, it's an important game because if you get this now, you're on the board. It's a division win and a long way to go. 7 teams make the playoffs in the AFC, and with Burrow out, that makes maybe another team, another position available in the playoffs that maybe we didn't think of. So that's the positive. The negative, Theo, if it doesn't, the trade deadline's, about a month away, and I think that's when you have to start thinking about should we start moving some of these veterans. But that's what's great about the NFL. Like, a month from now, so many things can happen.
That's the Mike Tannen Bowl on Monday Night Football. Jets beat Dolphins, 2 teams you had a great affiliation and worked for and helped direct things for. If we call that the Mike Tannen Bowl, what you called on ESPN Radio last weekend was almost like the backup bowl. What the heck happened in Bengals-Vikings, man? Like, that was a weird outcome.
Yeah, and Jake Browning, he just can't play anymore. Like, he was a guy that was very productive in the past for Cincinnati. He was overwhelmed by Brian Flores, and who did a great job with his pressure packages. And I was stunned how ineffective Jake Browning was. And, we just talked about the trade deadline, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati did something, because I don't see how they're going to win many games with Jake Browning.
Mike, we have our first London game, Dublin game, UK game of the middle of the regular season coming up this weekend in Dublin, Ireland, where it's Steelers versus Vikings. Within organizations, do they dread this part of their schedule when it's on their schedule, as it's another distraction, another thing to get a handle on apart from preparing for their opponent flying overseas like this?
CCAT, like we always used to say, like, hey, it's same for both sides. It's an opportunity for the rest of the world to see this incredible game. Let's take advantage of this big platform and play well. Both teams have to deal with the travel, so let's embrace it and enjoy it.
That's a travel game. It's the Vikings. It's the Steelers. You just talked about Brian Flores' defense, how it overwhelmed Jake Browning, and you get that because he's a backup quarterback who doesn't have as many reps in this league, and Flores has a madman's defense. I don't even know how to describe it with my novice football eyes, but do you think that could also be a problem for these Steelers because you got a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, as great as he is at scoping out defenses and reading things. He's one of the smartest guys at that position. He also can't really move as well as he used to be able to do, and Flores is going to really test that. Like, how do you see that going as the Vikings are, again, slight favorites against the NFC North team?
I like Minnesota in this game, and maybe it's recency bias, guys, because I was just watching them play, but I think defensively they're very aggressive. They're well-coached. And I think for Aaron Rodgers, he's at a point where he doesn't want to get hit, nearly as much as he did early in his career. And I definitely give the advantage to Minnesota in this game. I think, you look at that game against New England, I think Pittsburgh got bailed out by New England's turnovers, and if it wasn't for that, they could have lost that game.
That's an interesting one. A lot of eyes also, though, Mike T, going to be on the Sunday afternoon game on CBS at Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs hosting the Ravens. Through 3 weeks, both of these teams now 1-2, both of them desperate. But which of these two teams need to come into Sunday's game a little bit more desperate because they can't afford to drop to 1-3?
I think it's Kansas City at home. I just don't think they can afford to lose another home game in the AFC. Both teams, Kansas City's offense, Baltimore's defense have not been what we expected. I think for Kansas City's help's on the way. Xavier Worthy will get healthier. Rasheed Rice will come off a suspension. So I think they'll be fine there. Nnamdi Madubuike is still out for Baltimore. He's a very good player. He's got to hopefully for Baltimore get back sooner than later, because right now without him, Van Noy, they're really troubling. They can't stop the run and they can't rush the passer.
Yeah, of course, that is a both playoff rematch and possible preview, Ravens-Chiefs. Another one of those instances I'm looking at is in the NFC with the Buccaneers-Eagles in Tampa Bay. The Eagles are 3.5-point favorites, but the last time we saw these two teams play, they got blown out twice, did the Eagles, by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What is it that Tampa Bay has been able to do against this similar iteration of the Philadelphia Eagles that's giving them fits that no one else across the league's been able to?
Well, I think, they could throw the ball and they can make big chunk plays on offense. When you do that, that's putting pressure. Jalen Hurts really struggled again last week in the first half. No targets for A.J. Brown. So you really want to make them one-dimensional. Philadelphia is really good when they can run it or throw it. If you make them get behind, that's not where Jalen Hurts' strength is. Philadelphia, their defensive line is probably as good as anybody's. We know there's going to be at least 3 offensive linemen out for Tampa Bay. So this one really has, strengths and weaknesses for both. But Philadelphia can't get behind. That's just something they were fortunate to get those 2 block kicks. That's something you're not going to be able to do, every week.
We're kind of going around the NFL here as we head into Week 4 with Mike Tannenbaum. It's theoretically speaking, Mike T spitting some game, dropping some Mike Tannenbaums on us. I'm curious for you though, Mike T. I'm looking at a game. CCAT likes the Texans in our Survivor League this weekend. They're going to be playing a Tennessee Titans team, and both of these teams look at each other in the mirror and say, hey, how are you still winless? Would you be comfortable siding with a team like the Texans this weekend, given their offensive line troubles, given their offensive inefficiency troubles, and how shaky it's looked for C.J. Stroud here in year 3?
Yeah, they're the better team, though. I can't imagine that they're going to lose to Tennessee at home, who's also been disappointing. And hopefully some of those young offensive linemen like Ariante Ursary, the left tackle from Minnesota for Houston, plays better. Look, Stroud's a great young player, but lack of protection has really hurt them, and they still have a very good defense. They should be able to rush the passer with Will Anderson, Donnell Hunter. They're the better team, and I like Cam Ward, but he has struggled staying, dealing with the pass rush so far, which is typical of a rookie quarterback.
Now, Bobby Slowick kind of caught the brunt end of the blame with the Texans last year, and a lot of the inefficiencies of that offense last season had a lot more to do with the offensive line struggles and the lack of running efficiency. That hasn't gone away. Do you think it's fair, like 3 weeks in, now people in Houston are starting to question if Nick Caley was the right offensive coordinator hire? It's hard, though, to judge how good a play caller is when you can't, get together a competent line to hold their blocks. Like, how do you, as a general manager, sift through the noise there and figure out if you have the right guy in the OC slot there?
I see. That's a great question. Like you're doing an autopsy on everything. Like you said, we moved on from Bobby Slowick. We moved on from Laramie Tunsil. We've made all these changes, and it's not any better. It's really hard to evaluate Nick Caley right now. It really seems like, if anything, right now it's getting worse. So right now you're saying, what can we do well? Do we need extra tight ends to help with protections, quick game, whatever it takes to get C.J. Stroud going? Because without his development, they have no chance to win.
And one more for you here, Mike Tannenbaum. As we look at Week 4, it means a lot of things to a lot of teams, and it could mean either job security or the hot seat for Brian Daboll. We know Jackson Dart will be getting his first start, a little start-dart action for those Giants against the Chargers. But Mike T., It seems like Brian Daboll at his press conference made an emphasis on making sure everybody knows this was his decision. This was his decision. This is his call. You know how NFL teams operate. The way in which he speaks and how early in which they're trotting Jackson Dart out there, who do you think this call actually came from to put the rookie out there against the Chargers?
I think it was him. And look, they all know where they are, and they're going to need Dart to play well. I think he will play well, but you really need the head coach dictating who to play. And obviously, decisions like this, guys, transformational decisions, ownership's going to weigh in, the front office is going to weigh in. But I do think that was Daboll's decision at the end of the day.
I know his job security is clearly going to be tied to the success of Dart, but like data point number one this weekend can't be the end all be all, right? They're going to look at this thing from a 4 to 7 to 10 week stretch because it sounds like he's going to start for the rest of the year for him.
I agree with that. He just has to show improvement. He has to show competency. And if he can make, really even just modest improvement, guys, I think that'll be enough. But it just can't be, and I don't expect it to be just, catastrophically terrible here. But you're right. They'll give him a good 4 to 6 week sample set before I think they would make any, significant decision in terms of what they would do, from a franchise big picture standpoint.
Looking forward to seeing how that shakes out and looking forward to the rest of what NFL Week 4 looks like. Also looking forward to our next conversation with you, Mike T. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, thanks so much.
That's our guy, Mike Tannenbaum, dropping Mike Tannenbaums here on Theoretically Speaking. His presentation is always brought to you by Eisner Amper and CCAT. He sides with you on the Texans just being a better team than the Titans. He also sides with Brian Daboll, saying he does believe it was Daboll's decision. It just feels like Daboll's a little defensive about it being his decision. That's the only thing to me.
Yeah, why do you say that? Is it because of this?
It's my decision. I'm going with Jackson. It's my decision. I think it's the right thing.
Rated on this, like you keep saying it's your decision.
Yeah, it is.
Do they agree with it?
Yeah, it's my decision. And again, I felt this was the right thing for our football team, and that's why it's happening. Every situation, you do what you think is right, and that's what I've done. For the way. And that's why I made the decision. Like I said before, I think it's the right thing for our football team, and that's why I'm doing it.
Why I'm doing it. Get off my case.
CCAT, bro, I cannot lie to you, dog. As much as I, too, want to believe Brian Daboll, I know what it sounds like when somebody is being extremely defensive. If it was truly his decision, when that reporter asked him, did they agree with it, he wouldn't have remained defensive in that spot. He would have said, yeah, they agreed with it. We talked it through, and then I made the decision. No, he instead circumvented that question again and went right back with, it was my call. And that tells me that despite him maybe coming to the decision that Jackson Dart should be the starting quarterback, I think there were like 2 or 3 other people in that room helping him make that decision, and he might have been the guy arguing against it. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I guess so. You kind of got to veer the other way. You can't in his mind, you can't let the media think that there's any questioning whatsoever involved in the situation, so you completely veer left when the media might think you are actually on the right. Yeah.
He's saying what he is supposed to say, but the way in which he's saying it, I can tell, is because it wasn't necessarily solely his decision. He's not having it his way. This is not BK. This is like this is more of a democracy, and everybody put their votes in. And he's the guy that post-election is not telling people who he voted for. He's just like, that's my president, though. That's my guy. Like, I'm cool with that, Dayball, but just keep it G with me. Sounds a little defensive, which means it sounds like Jim Mara had a very heavy influence on that decision.
I tell you what, a really good decision that I made was not benching Russell Wilson and starting Jackson Dart, because I don't actually have that power. A good decision that I made was getting golf lessons.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't just getting golf lessons. That's not the end-all, be-all. Not all lessons are created equally. It's getting lessons at the right place. And I'm here to tell you that the right place is the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. They've got the best facilities, tools, coaching across Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. It's one of the golf capitals of the world. Why wouldn't you want to get the best facilities and coaching available? It's incredible. Outdoor facilities, they are top-notch. The practice bunkers, the practice putting green, the chipping green, and then you take the party inside when it's a rain shower or lightning, or maybe it's just too dang hot, because they've got indoor hitting bays with ball flight analysis, video analysis to see what exactly you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. They actually lined me up side by side with Tommy Fleetwood.
Wow.
Said, you see how he takes away the club? That's kind of what we're trying to get here. And by the end of my driver lesson, I was taking away the club exactly how Tommy Fleetwood was doing it. It's all made possible because of the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. It's in the heart of Palm Beach County. So easy to get to, right off of I-95 and the Turnpike. It's on South Military Trail. You can't miss it, and you can't miss it in two different ways because you got to go get golf lessons at the Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. You will be glad you did. I've got a lesson. I had a lesson earlier today, a refresher on my irons and compressing the ball. Next week, I've got my first evaluation. We'll see if I pass the test. And odds are, because of the coaching and training that Coach Pete has put me through, I'm probably going to pass.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't want to make absolute statements.
Definitive. You don't want to be definitive about that.
Yeah, I don't like being the head coach that guarantees wins.
Yeah, you know, I do.
Really?
I do. I absolutely like it. Why not? You know, like what's the harm in that?
That's true. Because like when you lose, what's the question? I thought.
I thought you said y'all were gonna win.
And then you just stand there blankly. You're like, yeah, I did too.
Yeah, like that. The whole point of this thing that we're doing is to try to win the best that we can. So
turns out they thought they were gonna win, and they did win. So I guess maybe. You know what? I'm going to pass the evaluation. I'm going to advance to my next step in golf lessons at Kaiser University. I guarantee it. How about that?
Guarantee. All right, so on the other side here, we will also address, are we going to do cover 5 first, or we want to do that in the happy hour with team? Because
let's do cover 5 now. I feel like Tina kind of sat idly by last time.
She didn't want to get involved because she doesn't want to be suffer the punishment.
Even though her picks on cover 5 are doing better than ours.
They are, and we could use her help. But guess what? If she doesn't want to help, our hands are tied. So we'll give our cover 5 picks against the spread. Again, download the app if you want to make the picks alongside of us. Cover 5 is the app, and it is easy. You're just picking against the spread, and you're doing it for the NFL. We're going to give you our 5 picks, but then also you can join the contest. Remember, the code on cover 5 is MVP 2025. MVP 2025. You have a weekly chance to win a Duffy's gift card, and at the end of the year, if you are the ultimate winner, you have the highest score on cover 5, and again, this is free to play, you actually get a chance to co-host on either Theoretically Speaking or Russo and Rizzo for a full segment. You, us, and the microphones. All you got to do is out-duel us in a little bit of cover 5 action. Download the app today. We'll give y'all our week 4 picks on the other side, and that grand prize could be yours. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What if every use of your debit card turns spare change into something meaningful, like growing your savings and supporting local community causes? With Flagler Credit Union's Impact Checking with Everyday Change, your spare change can have big impact. Each transaction can be rounded up to grow your savings and support nonprofits that provide meals, shelter, and essential services locally. Make an impact in your life and in your community. Open your Impact Checking account today. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
The season is kicking off. Keep your home in the win column with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can score 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the field, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8-star rating, EDS is trusted as the MVP, and it has been since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Kick off your game day comfort and don't sweat the small stuff.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
Don't fumble your finances. Whether you're running a business or running plays, Jay Zolo and Associates keeps your books tight and your stress light. With nearly 30 years of experience, Jay Zolo is your go-to coach for QuickBooks, offering expert consulting, one-on-one training, and full-service bookkeeping. Jay Zolo and Associates, simplifying your books so you can win on and off the field. Visit jzolo.com today. That's JZOLLO.com.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Download the ESPN South Florida app today and get the latest on local shows like Theoretically Speaking in Russo and Rizzo. Get some ESPN podcasts or get the high school sports updates in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Curious about what Mike Rizzo had to say about Aaron Rodgers? It's on the app. Wasn't able to find the score of the West Boca High School football game? It's on the app. Want to catch the Inter Miami live broadcast? You guessed it. It's on the app. Go download the ESPN South Florida app today and get your fix on all things sports right here in Palm Beach County.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, and repeat. At this point, you're practically training for the Shower Olympics. But here's the twist. It's not your shampoo's fault, it's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs your pores and dries out your hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower system today for only $79 a month. Visit Culligan.com for more information or just say,
"Hey, Culligan man!"
Fall is here, and the flavors of the season are waiting for you at DQ Grill & Chill. Treat yourself to the new Maple Cookie Milkshake. DQ's world-famous soft serve blended with maple cookie crumble and real milk. It's the sweet taste of fall in a cup, but only for a limited time. And don't forget the blizzards of the month, pumpkin pie and caramel toffee cookie. Stop by DQ Grill & Chill today with two convenient locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake. Fall tastes better at DQ.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Brought to you by FDOT.
Baseball's greatest international spectacle returns to Miami. The World Baseball Classic comes to Lone Depot Park in March 2026, bringing the planet's top baseball talent under one roof. Witness MLB superstars represent their countries in this thrilling tournament. Miami kicks off the tournament with a star-studded round one featuring the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, and more. Get a Marlins membership to secure exclusive priority access for this sellout event. More information at marlins.com/WBC. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
And I'm coming to you from the city of Syrup, Houston, Texas, ESPN Houston, ESPN 975. Appreciate y'all housing the brother. I also come to you with a bit of a message here, because I know some of y'all got achy bones, achy joints. Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. If an injury is keeping you from what you love, our expert team is here to get you back in the game. trusted by the pros and ready for you because everyone deserves pro-level care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more. If you want to learn more about Cover 5 and the Cover 5 app, how we pick the NFL against the spread in a friendly competition, not only is it theoretically speaking versus Russo and Rizzo, it is us versus you. You have a shot to win $25 in Duffy's gift cards every single week. All you got to do is beat both shows at the Cover 5 app, and then you get entered into a drawing. If only one person beats both shows and it's you, guess who's likely going to win that drawing?
Tell you what,
It's going to be hard to lose it.
Yeah, with how bad me and Theo we have been dead freaking last. So, it's a gimme for us so far through 3 weeks. You just got to beat Russo and Rizzo for those 3 weeks. But we're going to turn things around.
Our picks. Maybe you just fade our picks because we're about to give our Cover 5 picks right now. Or you realize that, regression to the mean, these guys might be onto something, and you tell us. How about we give our Cover 5 picks right now? Download the Cover 5 app. Follow along with us. MVP 2025. That is the code to join the contest. MVP 2025. All right, CCAP, you have the keys, so I will allow you to go ahead and go first. You get 3 of the picks. I'll take the other 2. Who you starting with?
I brought this game up to Mike Tannenbaum because the Buccaneers have blown out the Eagles the last 2 times they played. One of those games was a playoff game, and the Eagles did not play very good last week against the Rams. We saw it take a couple of miracle plays for Philly to remain undefeated. I know Tampa Bay is a little bit injured. They're still chugging along. Give me Baker and the Bucks plus 3.5. They're playing that game at home, too. I like Tampa as my first pick on Cover 5.
I like the pick, and the reason I like the pick is it seems like siding with Baker Mayfield just seems to bring good things in your life.
Yeah.
He's been good for a lot of people, and he's over-exceeded expectations time and time again. Can I give a pick? Can I get a little international flavor here?
Ooh, okay.
You want to hear this quote from Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know.
They can throw a lot at you. Talking about Brian Flores coach defenses, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 2.5-point dogs in Dublin, Ireland against the Vikings. I hate picking an overseas game, but last time I saw Aaron Rodgers overseas, he was throwing a lot of interceptions to who? Oh, wait, the Vikings. Remember that Jets-Vikings game?
Yes.
That was ugly. I think that there's a good chance that Brian Flores can get the best of Aaron Rodgers again. I think the Vikings have blowout potential against the Steelers. So this is how I'm picking. I told you, I'm picking teams that I think have blowout potential. Give me the Vikings to potentially blow out the Steelers. Sneaky matchup here, Justin Jefferson against Jalen Ramsey. We saw him make some big plays this year. He's actually one of the lowest graded cornerbacks so far. He's given up a lot of big plays as well. Jay Jettas might get off.
All right.
I know I've just sided with Carson Wentz. Don't make me think twice about it, please.
No, I'm with you. Remember, I'm with you with the anti-J.J. McCarthy, pro-Carson Wentz.
Okay, there we go.
Just correlation there. You brought this game up last segment, Theo. The Rams are 3.5-point favorites at home against the Indianapolis Colts, and 75% of the money is going to the Colts against the spread.
Suckers.
So we're going to go with the Rams because I see this game at least being close, and the Rams, you know what, they could blow them out. I'm taking L.A. as my second contribution.
And that's the point of Cover 5. You want to pick potential blowouts in favor of you because you want to cover the spread by as much as possible because that's going to give you as much points as possible. It is a cumulative thing. You're not just trying to cover. Speaking of teams that have blowout potential, I have 3 options for you. I'm going to let you decide on one of the 3 because you've been better at this than me. The Packers at the Cowboys. The issue with this one that I have is that the Packers are minus 6.5 on the Cover 5 app. Like, this could just be a 14-point win and we only get 5. This also could be a very close game.
But I think avoiding opposite blowouts is just as important as getting a blowout of your own.
Yeah,
and that's why we've been so bad. Because yeah, exactly. I don't see a chance where the Cowboys blow out the Packers at all. So if the worst-case scenario is the Packers win by 6 and we don't cover and we lose half a point, I can live with that.
All right, then I'll just give you one other one because the other one I was going to give you was tonight's Thursday Night Football game, Seahawks versus the Cardinals. I think the Seahawks have blowout potential as well, but I'm not going to jump on them back-to-back weeks. They did it to the Saints. How about the Lions and the Browns? Lions minus 8.5. Again, the Browns could keep it close, but there's no way in hell They're going to walk out of Ford Field. Again, this is golf in the dome, you know, with a team that just put up 40 last week, you know?
You know what? I will walk hand in hand with you because I was going to pick the Lions in this game.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so if you take the Lions, I'll take the Packers. How about that?
I'm okay with that. Let's go a little bit NFC North supremacy. So our complete Week 4 NFL.
No, you got one more, I think.
Oh, we do?
Do you? All right, well, go. I have the Packers, and you have the Lions. You also picked the Colts, or you picked the Rams against the Colts.
Yep.
So we got Rams, Packers, Lions. Did we get the Vikings? We did get the Vikings, yeah. Rams, Packers, Lions, Vikings.
Those are our picks?
We need 5. That's 4.
Oh.
Rams, Packers, Lions, Vikings. Who's your fifth?
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. There it is. That's our Cover 5 picks. Fade them or tell them. Either way, download the Cover 5 app. Join our league, MVP 2025. See if you can backdoor us and beat us and Russo and Rizzo. You could win some Duffy's gift cards. You can also win some airtime on ESPN 106.3.
Yeah, so that's the grand prize, huh?
That's it.
You got to be a co-host for a segment on Russo and Rizzo, or theoretically speaking.
Yes, but you have to pick which show too, by the way. You can't do both.
And you also need to start this week. Like, you
have to start now.
Yeah, you have to get in before Week 4, or else you cannot qualify for the grand prize. So get in while the getting's hot.
Yes.
And once you start, you do get penalized for not submitting picks. Because maybe you have like a big, bombastic 50-point week. And then you'd say, you know what?
I'm just going to
exactly. You sit here and let other people fall off. No, you'll get negative points for not submitting your picks. So hop on the train now. Have some fun with us. Week over week over week, you're entering for a chance to win Duffy's money. And at the end of the rainbow, you could possibly be a ESPN West Palm radio host.
That's the thing, a co-host for the day. And here's we're going to make them pick one of the two shows. I do wonder if we added caveat in there, they can select their own all-star lineup of who they want to join with them. Instead of just having to pick one of the shows, maybe they like one character off one show, another girl. Like maybe they want Tina and Mike, you know, like maybe they want Kat and Theo, and then that'd just be theoretically speaking.
So yeah, I like you, Theo. Can you kick rocks, Cat?
Yeah, that'll be hilarious. That's actually, I want that to be the rules. I want them to have to hand select like the NBA All-Star Draft. I want y'all to pick us, and this is how I want it to happen. Don't tell us beforehand. We have to stand in front of you in the ESPN West Palm lobby, and you select us like it's middle school gym class. That's how it's going to work.
That would be hilarious, and we need to do that.
Yes, Cover 5 app, download it today, and you can join in on the fun, but you do have to win. This is Theoretically Speaking. The happy hour is next. That's C-Cat. In comes Tina, and it's your boy Theo. It's Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
We want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Are you tired of the hassle of buying a car? At Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach, we're changing the game. No pushy salespeople here, just friendly product specialists on salary here to help you find the perfect ride. With over 500 vehicles in stock and a goal to sell 250 by month's end, that means incredible deals are waiting for you. Forget the back and forth negotiations. Once you pick your dream Kia, you'll work with one manager the entire time, making decisions on the spot for a smooth, stress-free experience. We'll even handle the paperwork, your tags, insurance, and every detail. Need help learning all the features? We'll schedule a post-delivery session when it's convenient for you. And if you can't make it in, we'll bring a new Kia right to your home or office for a test drive. Plus, for a limited time, you'll see the factory invoice right on the windshield of every car in the showroom. Visit Greenway Kia today or shop online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Pig Beach Barbecue on 2400 South Dixie Highway is ready for football season. With the best video walls, big screen TVs, and audio system in South Florida, it's the best place to watch all the games. Enjoy all their incredible barbecue, burgers, signature sandwiches, beers, and cocktails as you cheer on your favorite team. And with the NFL Sunday Ticket, you can be sure they will always have on the game you want to see. Let's kick off this football season right at Pig Beach Barbecue on 2400 South Dixie Highway.
All right, let's talk about your game day routine. You've got the jersey, the cooler, the tickets, but what about your Show up looking like a champion with Unlimited Auto Wash Club. With 6 South Florida locations, every membership includes unlimited 100% hand washes, 1 per day, every day. From a quick exterior shine to the ultimate special with wax, Rain-X, and interior touch-ups, Unlimited Auto Wash keeps your car looking its best all season long. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO or visit a location today.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron. Featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi tech. The next chapter of Audi is here. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
You lather, rinse, moisturize, and repeat. At this point, you're practically training for the Shower Olympics. But here's the twist. It's not your shampoo's fault, it's your water. Hard water leaves a mineral residue that clogs your pores and dries out your hair. Culligan water softeners remove damaging minerals, revitalizing brittle hair and dry skin. Upgrade your shower system today for only $79 a month. Visit Culligan.com for more information or just say,
Hey,
What if every use of your debit card turned spare change into something meaningful, like growing your savings and supporting local community causes? With Flagler Credit Union's Impact Checking with Everyday Change, your spare change can have big impact. Each transaction can be rounded up to grow your savings and support nonprofits that provide meals, shelter, and essential services locally. Make an impact in your life and in your community. Open your Impact Checking account today. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey coming to you from Space City, ESPN Houston 97.5, but of course, theoretically speaking, found on ESPN South Florida's app, as well as ESPN 106.3, or you just tell your smart speaker to play ESPN 106.3. Maybe you're joining us on YouTube at ESPN West Palm. I'm Mr. Plugs right now, just dropping plugs. Well, if you're joining us on YouTube, you see on the YouTube Christian Cat at CCat Sports on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. And then you got Tina Costanza at Tina in the Wild. 2 Ds on that wild. Curious, why 2 Ds on the wild, Tina, as you pull up for the happy hour?
The Instagram handle with 1D was not available. So to be able to have Tina in the Wild, I had to add the extra D.
Tina in the Wild.
There was a Tina that was far more wild. That's what happened.
Right. You got to kind of, that's the thing too. There's an at Theo Dorsey on Instagram. And it breaks my heart. And I'll never get it. And that's why I'm still Theo Dorsey TV, though I have less regular spots on TV these days and more regularly on stream and on radio.
The Tina in the Wild, though, wasn't even active. Like, no one was using the account. And I thought about reporting it because I will use my account. But whatever. We went with 2 Ds.
They're trying to box you out. That's what somebody knows your ascension, and they know that you have you have a lot of money, you got a lot of motion behind your name. And they're trying to box you out and force you to have to pay it up. And I say, hold out, be strong. CCat CCat's a little busy. Tina, I'm going to get back to you on this one. I want him to maybe fire up some Sabrina Carpenter so we can get our cocktail of the day and get the emotion started the right way. If we could get some Sabrina Carpenter. He doesn't know I'm asking for that Sabrina right now.
I'm looking forward to try to do it myself.
No, you can't. Oh, you're in my seat. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. Good job, Tina. Good job. Yeah. You're so good at this, Tina. Did you used to be a producer?
I used to be a producer, yeah. That's how I got started.
And that is, you know what? I can tell by the way you punched up that Sabrina Carpenter.
Well, the cocktail of the day today, for tonight's game, Seahawks-Cardinals, we are going with the Seahawks Breeze. We've got vodka, limoncello.
I like these noises you're making.
Yeah.
Blue Curacao.
It's just not hitting right now.
Club soda. And then you garnish with a lime. You got the blue and the green.
I said,
You gave wine. You gave an audible wine.
I didn't whine. I said, I was like I'm curious. I'm intrigued more. But then she said vodka, and I kind of was all the way out.
Yeah.
So that's the Seahawks drink?
The Seahawks Breeze. I don't know if it's their, official drink. It's just, I looked up cocktails for the Seahawks, football themed.
That is the Seahawks official drink, according to Espresso Martini. I don't like it. There are a lot of blue carousel you've been giving out lately in these drinks. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, no, I have noticed that. And I've been looking, I will look for others, but they just don't seem that great. And I always end up going back to the cocktail that has the blue carousel.
I think Big Blue Carousel is trying to push its liqueurs on us, and I think that they're the ones putting all the cocktails online, forcing us to give them free plugs.
Ooh, I'm a blue carousel guy.
Really?
Like, I would drink it straight if they would let me.
Freaky.
Well, first, I also was going to do the egg white drinks. I had a little phase of doing the egg whites and whatnot.
Oh, it's your algorithm. Maybe your phone is detecting that you like egg whites.
Yeah.
Well, the cocktails of the day are figured out by, is it something relatable? Like, is it a national day? Like, the other day it was National Cheeseburger Day. I couldn't find a cocktail that was anything cheeseburger related besides a Bloody Mary that you'd put like a cheeseburger on top. And I was like, no, I can't go with this. And for the games, like we did the Honolulu Blue cocktail for the Detroit Lions earlier this week.
Oh, I liked it.
So the themes are either maybe something going on, sports related, a national day. I try to just make them different.
People put cheeseburgers on top of their Bloody Marys?
Oh, they will do whatever will get them Instagram likes to their Bloody Marys.
Disgusting.
That's what they do.
Well, imagine you order a Bloody Mary. And there is like the bacon, the celery, the burger on top. Like it's just there's so much there. Like it's I like that. And it's not just the drink.
A couple of weekends ago, we were in the French Quarters in New Orleans celebrating a bachelor/bachelorette trip. Bachelorette. Like 3 of the dudes on the bachelor trip side of the things kept ordering Bloody Marys. And I almost threw up each time. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
All the drinks in the world.
I've never tried one before because I have an aversion to tomato type stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I know that my day is coming and I will eventually try it. And I hope I like it.
I love Bloody Marys. I had a phase of drinking Bloody Marys pretty often. I went to Nashville for a trip. And one day I had Bloody Marys all day long. Like I really enjoy them. I haven't had one in quite some time though.
Well, Bloody Marys might impede your fitness progress, but what won't impede your fitness progress is hanging out at F45. It seems like y'all get fit over there.
Yes, I could have. Hey, there's some healthiness to a Bloody Mary. It's a little more healthy than a regular cocktail, but I get all my.
The bacon?
Well, you take out the bacon. There's the celery. There's the tomato juice.
Okay.
It's a little healthy.
Okay.
F45 Palm Beach Gardens. I like to enjoy eating. I also love to go to the gym because it makes me feel good. Hey, I'm like getting a good workout in and burn those calories of whatever I want to eat. F45 Palm Beach Gardens is the perfect place to get started. If you want to slow it down a little bit, maybe do just a strength class, cardio day. If you need to sweat a little bit more. I went this morning to a cardio class and it kicked my butt. Or maybe on the weekend, you could do a hybrid class, a little bit of both. Strength, cardio, F45 Palm Beach Gardens. They also will be starting these High Rocks classes. So if you're going to do a High Rocks event, you could go to F45 Palm Beach Gardens and prepare yourself for that big race. F45 Palm Beach Gardens, check them out on their Instagram to see the specials that they've got going on, or go to F45training.com to find a location near you.
I prepped Theo on this. I did not prep you, Tina, on this. But right now in Major League Baseball, the big race both in the playoffs with the Guardians and the Tigers, but there's also a race for the American League MVP. You've got the guy with the big butt, big dumper, Cal Raleigh.
Okay.
Doing a very good job.
Already has my vote.
Aaron Judge also having another historic season. He crossed over into the 50s for home runs.
What's his physical feature that we...
Yeah.
Is it like the biceps?
He's just huge.
Okay.
Yeah, he's...
So Cal Raleigh hit his 59th home run earlier in the game last night. And he comes to bat. The game's a blowout. The crowd's on their feet. They want to see more Cal Raleigh at-bats. So it sounds like this.
Channing MVP. Fly ball to right field. Number 60. A catcher has hit 60 home runs. Your
massive moment for the city of Seattle, massive moment for the Mariners fans, and a massive moment for whatever lucky baseball fan catches that baseball. It's a historic baseball. 60 home runs for a catcher. It's ridiculous. He might win MVP, and this adult man catches the baseball. What do you think happened next? Theo, you first.
He caught the baseball and he turned and he gave it to a kid.
Okay, and Tina?
I think he caught the baseball, like turned around knowing he knew that cameras are going to be on him. They're following the ball, and then he like shook his butt or something because the dumper hit it.
Wow. Okay, this is theoretically speaking after dark all of a sudden. Start talking
Hey, the
about
big
rear ends.
dumper hit it.
Yeah.
All right, so Theo, you got it right.
Wow.
That's so boring.
So you mean to tell me that there were two guesses? One of them was a guy started shaking his ass, or the other one was a guy just handed the ball to a kid. Okay, I got it right.
This 62-year-old white guy from Seattle did not drop it low.
Okay. Christina Milian.
So he gives the baseball to a kid, and then the Mariners staff come over and usher him to the back because that's a historic baseball.
Yeah.
They're going to do everything within their power to get that baseball back. And he probably got a big package to go along with it to get that ball back to Cal Raleigh. My question for you, Theo and Tina. I know it's customary to give a baseball to a kid when it's a random foul ball, a toss-up into the crowd, maybe in batting practice, or maybe just a regular home run. To give that ball to a kid, does it change when it's a historic baseball?
Yes, it changes. I would
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
look like. Is it my kid? You know what I'm saying? Do I
Is
have
it still going home with me?
Yeah.
No. This is a different
random
kid.
No, if it's a random in the crowd, they're not getting this valuable ball. I'm sorry. Like that's like asking me would I hand $100 to a kid in the streets? Like no, I wouldn't. Sorry.
Yeah, I think the guy actually made a mistake and didn't really realize, like in the heat of the moment, like Tina says, he knows cameras are on him, people are on him. And it's just customary and it's reflectionary for baseball fans to do that task. I think he regretted it as soon as he saw that child get walked to the back. Because it's not like this was Aaron Judge's American League home run streak where people were buying tickets to games knowing that there's a chance that if they're sitting in the outfield, they would catch that record-setting home run.
Yeah.
This is a historic home run. It's not the historic home run, but it's still worth a lot of money. I think that he got caught up in the moment, wasn't prepared for that specific baseball to be worth as much as it probably would be, and he regretted it as soon as he saw the kid get ushered back by the Mariners.
I would have went back with him. I would have went back, yeah. Hold on a second.
He got a lot of points, I will say that, where everyone stood up and was given a round of applause for the fan that gave up the ball, and like people are standing above him pointing at him. He even gave a curtain call. He took his hat off and like recognized the crowd.
Are we sure that he doesn't know this kid?
Pretty sure.
It seems like he has no relation to because he would have went back with the kid is the whole thing.
Right. That and different complexion. They didn't look related.
It could have been adopted. All right. So give me the complexions of both characters, please.
We got white guy.
Okay.
Caucasian, pretty unmistakable Caucasian.
Okay.
Kid could be mixed. Gotta be honest. You checked me there. Like I'm not 100% sure now.
You can't tell by the looks of things. You don't know what the family tree looks like there. I don't know, man. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even consider it.
I think no matter what now, though, like if you're an adult and you catch a home run or something, you are going to be judged if you don't give it to a kid. Because of the cameras now, social media, like you, no matter what, people are going to be like, why are you keeping that as an adult?
Outrage. That's fake outrage.
I disagree. Like, I don't think we should be doing that, but I feel like now, like, it is like there's social media, like you're going to go viral. Like, why didn't you give that ball to a kid? What are you going to do with it at home?
I think it's only bad if you snatch it from a kid. Like if you and a kid are going forward and it looks like it's going towards the kid and here you come, Mr. Adult with your, you used to play competitive, work league softball and you snatch it with your glove out of a kid's grasp, then yeah, you should give it to the kid. How was this catch? Was this a clean catch?
Didn't get those sight on it. I couldn't exactly see. We just see the after effects. Maybe once I look at the replay again, I will find it.
Let's get some replay.
We don't know the exact result of the negotiation that goes between the child who has the baseball and the team, the organization who wants the baseball. But if it's like season tickets, it's like, sorry, kid, you've got a life to live. I've been waiting my whole life for this moment.
Yeah.
The Mariners have stunk for a lot of my life.
He better take me to some games. You know what I'm saying? Like the kid got to pay it forward or pay it back. Pay it forward is when you do an act for other people after somebody shows love to you. Pay it back is, that's what that kid would have to be doing for me. Like, give me half of those season tickets. That's all I need.
Yeah. So, right move made by the guy? No, I don't think it is. Tina, you think it is the right move made?
I think it's the right move.
No. I disagree. The guy Cody in the YouTube chat at ESPN West Palm, Cody in Jupiter says 100% class act. So Cody, I would love to, when I do have a kid someday, I'm gonna make sure he has seats near you at every baseball game y'all go to. I can become a millionaire off your back.
Exactly. That's how we want to play it. Zach Hampel's the foul ball guy that people point at and hate because he's the guy that has like Yankee season tickets. He's caught a lot of historic home runs. And he has like an A-Rod. I believe he had caught A-Rod's 600th home run. He caught a couple of other first ever home runs. And he has a YouTube channel where he goes and his whole life, his fixation is on attaining baseballs from Major League Baseball ballparks. So like he's there early, catching balls at batting practice. This is his weird thing. He brings a baseball glove to the game and a cameraman and has a whole successful career out of it and whatnot. He got under fire because he finagled his way into a baseball game that was only for military personnel because it was a specially stamped baseball that he was trying to collect, and he got one. So people point at Zach Hampel as that straw man, that guy who pushes kids out of the way to catch baseballs in the crowd.
What does he say about this, you think?
I think that he would have kept that baseball and negotiated with the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, hell yeah, he would have kept it. And that one is cool. That I can't speak on because I am not a veteran. I cannot speak on, sneaking into a game that is meant for only military personnel.
Like sneaking into, it's kind of like how people stumbled upon themselves tickets to the Masters when they don't win the lottery. Yeah, I got a ticket to it. Yeah. How'd you get that? It's kind of intended for people that win the lottery, intended for people that are getting that once-in-a-lifetime moment. It's intended for people that are military personnel, veterans, or active duty, and he happened to be, quote-unquote, given a ticket to that game.
I don't know, man. Like, we have fake outrage over so many things in life. I'm not going to have outrage over if that man would have kept that baseball. Like Tina, I understand that you think it's right. Cody and Jupiter, I understand that you think the guy's 100% class act. I also am just saying I would understand if he walked away and received the benefits of him having good hands.
I think what we can just do, though, so if you are an adult and really want to keep that baseball, just always bring a kid with you. So you just give it to your kid. So it's always going to go back home with you.
Yeah.
If it's like if you're at like a game that maybe, again, you're going to get a ball that is insane and not just your regular home run, like just bring a kid with you. So then it looks good. Like, oh, hey, I'm giving this to this kid.
But just bring a kid with you sounds like a bad day.
Your kid, maybe it's your niece, your nephew, like take out your best friend's kids. I don't know.
Have you been around kids as of late? As I've been back home here in Houston, my nephew has told me he's him like 80 times. Like all he does is he yells out phrases that he's heard from streamers. I don't know if bringing a kid with you to every baseball game is the greatest time.
So have you heard I'm selling, he's selling?
Yes.
Have you heard that phrase
a
lot?
Of course.
In Madden, in watching any sports game in general, someone who's doing bad is quote unquote selling.
Yeah, I like that phrase actually.
Oh, you use that phrase?
I don't.
Just like my 13-year-old half brother, you and him?
Yeah, well, we're cool guys. I think he would agree. You know who also have some cool guys on their side? St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
They're all the coolest over there at St. Lucie Battery and Tire. I go to the West Palm location off Blue Heron and Military Trail, and they are the coolest. They're the experts as well. Don't try to figure things out yourself. Go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire. I know it says St. Lucie, but they've got locations in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast right here. They have got me and Sally Girl all good on the road. We had some tire issues, got some new tires. Battery died, got it jumped, went over to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, and they got me in and out in 20 minutes. SLBT.com, and they have the best price out the door guarantee, so you're not getting overpriced or anything. SLBT.com.
The Safebound Get Around on the other side. That's CCAT, that's Tina, it's your boy Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
Looking to stay cool and save big? Aztil Air has been serving South Florida for over 40 years. Get a free duct cleaning with any new unit. Join our Elite Cool membership for 2 preventative maintenance visits a year. Plus, loyal members earn an extra visit and $50 each year toward repairs. We proudly support military and veterans with an extra 15% off. Call 561-232-6366 or visit aztilac.com. That's 561-232-6366. Keep your cool with Aztil Air.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. No, you see, you get $150 in bonus bets after your first $5 bet hits.
Did somebody say hit?
Whoa, Ray Lewis? We were just saying if your bet hits.
Huh. You know I love a good form tackle.
We know, Ray. We know.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Baseball's greatest international spectacle returns to Miami. The World Baseball Classic comes to Lone Depot Park in March 2026, bringing the planet's top baseball talent under one roof. Witness MLB superstars represent their countries in this thrilling tournament. Miami kicks off the tournament with a star-studded round one featuring the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, and more. Get a Marlins membership to secure exclusive priority access for this sellout event. More information at marlins.com/WBC.
The pink smoke is taking over South Florida. Listen to Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, and Jordi Alba and Inter Miami in their pursuit of an MLS Cup all season long right here on ESPN 1063.
Messi, left foot, in on Guzan, tips it up and over, it's a goal! Lionel Messi is on the board!
Listen to it all on the ESPN South Florida app, brought to you by PNC Bank, Audi, and Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
What did you learn from those quarterback changes last year about sort of the best way to approach this situation?
They're going to find a way to get one the ball.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube. Here's Theo Dorsey.
That's Malik Neighbors, Giants wide receiver, talking about the potential, actually not potential, the cemented quarterback change in New York. As we know, Jackson Dart going to be starting for the Giants. His first start of his NFL career, 25th overall pick out of Ole Miss. Last year, he was playing for Lane Kiffin. This year, playing for Brian Daboll, and he's trying to do the unthinkable. Only 5 quarterbacks since the merger have ever beaten a 3-0 team in their first start. Giants v. Chargers, that's Dart versus a 3-0 team. Last guy to do it, Mark Bulger in 2002. Other names on this list, though, Jeff Garcia, Brett Favre, Frank Reich, and Phil Simms. Maybe Jackson Dart will be the 6th. It's Theo Dorsey, that's CCAT, it's Tina. It is the happy hour on Theoretically Speaking, and it is time for us to take a trip.
The Safebound Get Around is brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, South Florida's most trusted moving company. You're safe with Safebound.
The Safebound Get Around, our vehicle to get to the hottest topics all across the land, city to city, place to place. This is the place to be. And where are we going to start?
Next stop, we are starting in New York, New York.
Nice.
Big golf tournament going on there right now. Might be hard to get a dinner reservation for some of the top spots in town, even if you are currently the Giants QB1 or formerly at least a first-round draft pick for the New York Giants. Listen to this. It's Eli Manning talking about how he has helped Jackson Dart make it in Big Blue.
I told Jackson, if you have any questions about anything, I'm here for you, football related or just, when you're deciding, what town you want to live in or this or that, or just all of a sudden it's training camp. He calls me, one day, he's like, hey, you got a minute? I'm like, yeah, of course. So, such a similar situation we're in, like, bringing in a veteran like Russell Wilson. They brought in
Kurt Warner. Yeah, sure.
I was like, maybe this is dealing with that or something. He goes, can you give me a reservation at Fort Charles tonight at 6:30?
The best French dip in America.
Wow, cut it, cut it, CK. That's not what Eli Manning meant.
No,
he's not there to be your reservations guy. He's not there to be helping you look cool to your friends in the city. You've got to do that on your own. That right there is a novice rookie move. That right there is a guy who's got a little too big for his britches. And, hey, if you're trying to decide, if you're trying to sift through this thing and wonder, hey, is this Jackson Dart thing going to work out or is it going to go awry? That's not a point or a check in the box of you having confidence in Jackson Dart.
I don't hate that move. Tina, it looks like you think the same.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. I think that's so funny. And I feel like that's their relationship. Like, I don't look at Jackson Dart as, like, super serious. He seems very goofy. So I didn't mind that at all. I think that's hilarious.
He jumped the gun. Here's my issue with it. He jumped the gun. Eli Manning's expertise and what he can provide you as the newly found potential future quarterback, like franchise quarterback for the Giants, is robust. The dude's got he's failed and succeeded at high and very low levels. He both won 2 championships in that city for that organization, and he got benched for Geno Smith and almost caused a riot. I'm just saying he can really help you out with some things, and I think that Jackson Dart should have leaned on him for some expertise first, built a real relationship with him first, and not said, hey, can you get me into this really exclusive restaurant?
How exclusive could this place be?
It's really exclusive.
He's a starting quarterback for the New York, or he was a backup quarterback for the New York Giants. I feel like he could get a table without help from Eli.
He can't. That's the thing. You look it up. Look it up. Actually, do you want to play the rest of that sound? They'll explain it to you.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if it's included.
It's included.
No. That's not part of the deal. Like when I said I'm happy to help out, I'm
Peter
not
Schrager,
doing
by the way.
that.
We do
I'm not your reservations guy. You have to earn the right to call and get your reservation.
That's amazing.
Apparently the best French dip in New York City.
There's like 10 tables in it max, and it's super small, and it's already hard to get reservations at great restaurants in New York City. I do believe that this is one of those where you got to know a guy who knows a guy, and I don't think Jackson Dart knows that guy yet. He's trying to go through Eli.
Trying to think of the most exclusive restaurant I've been at, and none come to mind. Like, does Longhorn Steakhouse count? Like,
yeah, sure.
Right.
I mean, it's exclusive. Maybe it prices some people out.
Growing up, anytime a restaurant had the word steakhouse at the end, that was fine dining. That was going out somewhere special tonight. Just any steakhouse was viewed as exclusive for me. Theo, you're in more elevated circles. You're popular.
True.
You go to you ever been to a restaurant where it was really hard to be able to get to that restaurant?
Honestly, no. I think the closest I can think about have been the times I've been in New York City, but that's just because it's hard in general to get reservations to good restaurants in New York City. And there has been one time where I called on a friend to help get me a spot in New York City, and it worked out. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't crazy. It was just nice.
You ever had to pull the move where you tip the person that's up front?
Dog, when I went to no, I have not done that yet. And honestly, I don't got that kind of expendable income yet. I don't know what you think I'm made out of. I'm not Evan Cohen. All right, there's only one Evan Cohen. But when I did go to Milan, one of my homies that played overseas in that area, my guy D'Angelo Harrison, he hooked me and the wife up with a reservation at a really good restaurant there. And I told y'all about this before. I felt terrible because he also like paid the bill in advance, which is a great move by him, like tip of the cap. But then also I'm like, I need to like also now tip this restaurant, and I probably overtipped by like 10,000, not dollars, but 10,000% because I just didn't know what to do. I didn't even get a chance to see the bill itself.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It was one of those situations.
So you brought, what did you say, like $200 out?
I tipped in euros too. That was the other issue, so I didn't really even know how much damage I.
Yes.
Yeah. So somebody got very blessed that night, and it was both me and my wife for the free dinner at a nice restaurant, but then also the server who did take good care of us. But I don't know if it was like 200 euros good care.
Next stop.
We're going to Boulder, Colorado, because Dion Prime had something to say about the current NFL usage of Travis Hunter.
Being used yet, or have you been able to even catch it?
Definitely not. They're not using them enough. Like, I've seen it with my own eyes on an everyday basis for 3 straight years. So I know what he's capable of, and I know how you got to take care of him.
Dion does not think Travis Hunter's being used enough, not just not being used in the right way. He said he's seen it with his own eyes. Is Travis Hunter getting enough use in the NFL to show his worth as not just second pick in the draft, but the guy you traded future draft capital for?
No, he's not getting enough usage, but we're asking the wrong question. Is he getting the right preparation? Is he getting the right amount of time? Is he getting the correct amount of coaching and teaching so that he is like actually he's playing at an advantage? That's my biggest issue right now with the Travis Hunter situation. I see way too often him having to get help getting lined up as a wide receiver, him probably not understanding what the checks at the line are and his responsibilities in the offense. And the fact that his defensive snaps have been on an uptick and his offensive snaps have been on a downtick is a little bit concerning. I heard Steve Smith Sr. talk about it, former Carolina Panthers wide receiver, also in the news for other things, but also does some stuff with NFL Network. Steve Smith talked about how much it takes to prep on a weekly basis in the NFL and how much he's likely missing out on. And I think that's the biggest issue to him getting more playing time right now. Not ability, but more so like ability to know the game plan and what to execute. It's tough.
Next stop.
And our final stop of the evening brings us to Dallas, Texas. Micah Parsons was I almost said the Jerry Jones, Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons. Hey, if that's what the guy that cut him checks, call him, maybe we can too.
So Micah Parsons, who got traded from the Cowboys to the Packers right before this season began, was asked when he returns to Dallas, which will happen on Sunday Night Football this weekend, how will he be received by the Cowboys fans? Take a listen.
I think Dallas loves me. I think they're going to give me a good round of applause. And, there's no hard feelings there, at least for me. And I think it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a great atmosphere. I think, this is some of the best football you're going to get in Dallas when it's Sunday night against, a rivalry opponent.
Tina, you saw how it was public, the breakup between the Cowboys and Micah Parsons. Do you think Cowboys fans are going to cheer Micah Parsons when he's there, or are they going to give him boos?
I think it'll be silence. I don't think that there will be boos.
Opposite of love.
Because I don't think they're going to be excited to see him because they lost him. But I don't think that they can be upset with him either. So I think that there won't be anything.
I like it.
I think it's also different too because with Luka Doncic and Mavericks fans, like, yes, every time he scores a bucket, it hurts you, but his highlights aren't exactly necessarily lowlights for your team. If Micah Parsons has a highlight, it's likely because Dak Prescott's on his back. So it would be kind of weird to celebrate such a huge negative game-impacting play, which it's easier to root for a star on another team in basketball. It just don't feel the same.
It's also 82-game season versus 17-game season. So it's okay. Like, if it was a baseball situation, all right, if my Yankees lose tonight, but I get to have a great moment with a Yankee legend, it's not the end of the world. The Cowboys season might very well feel like it's on the line on Sunday Night Football. They're 1-2 when you don't want to be 1-3. Every game, it's perfect in the NFL. Every game is perfectly proportioned to where you get enough of it to where you are not necessarily satisfied, but we get to enjoy a full NFL season. But there's not enough of it to where you can just give up on a game and pass it off. Every game matters enough to where I think that they will boo Micah Parsons.
They should boo Micah Parsons. But we'll see. We'll see if they have the guts. And that's a safe bound get around. Safe bound get around was an amazing trip and an amazing journey. You know what makes me feel good after a trip, and I do this all the time. You gotta get not juiced up, but you got to get your vitamins up. You got to get your body right and make sure you got everything you need. And Tina, you know the place to go for that.
I do know the place to go, and I'm so excited because I don't even know if I've told you guys this yet. I signed up for another race, and so I'm going to be training again, be super annoying in my runner's era, but
I like it.
I wouldn't
CCAT
be able to do this. Yeah, CCAT's going to hate it. I'm not going to get another congrats again. It's okay.
Yeah, was it 2 days ago I said I hate fitness buffs? Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a convenient timing. Dang.
I won't be as annoying this time, I promise. It's not a marathon, but it's a race. And MICAH Sports Certified Marketplace is where I'm going to be all the time getting all the nutrition that I need to get me through this. MICAH Sports Certified Marketplace is built for athletes and fitness enthusiasts who train hard and understand the benefits of clean supplementation and nutrition. Whether you're a gym junkie like me, or maybe prepping for a race, a triathlon, a high rocks, or just trying to be a little more health conscious, MICAH is your go-to for leveling up your game. They have over 400 performance-enhancing supplements, all certified free of banned substances to help you level up your game. And the best part, when you go to MICAH Sports Certified Marketplace, everyone loves a discount. Use the code ESPN20 for 20% off when you're at checkout. ESPN20 for 20% off at Vitacos.com.
That is where to go to get locked in. But you know that theoretically speaking is the place to go to get tapped in. We give you more on the other side. Tina, we already gave our cover 5 picks, so you won't be able to participate in that, but we can talk a little bit Thursday night football action tonight between the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Our picks plus a prize picks play on the other side. That's CCAT. That's Tina. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
This football season, make Hurricane Grill and Wings your game day getaway. Sip on handcrafted cocktails like our Millionaire Margarita or enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Game day drink specials are here all season. Visit hurricanewings.com to find a location near you.
Hey everybody, it's Cade Chumsland. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be awarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
The season is kicking off. Keep your home in the win column with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can score 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the field, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is trusted as the MVP, and it has been since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Kick off your game day comfort and don't sweat the small stuff.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice. and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smithball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smithball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
High drive, right center field. That ball is gone. Number 51 for Judge. An amazing season continues for the Yankee captain.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
That call courtesy to Yes Network, an Aaron Judge home run, and CCAT, I'm guessing nothing interesting happened with that ball.
No. It just, it's the status quo. Just keep it on
MVP,
pushing.
Man? Who you got for MVP?
Listen, if we're going to give the MVP to Jose Altuve back in 2017, you got to give it to Aaron Judge in 2025. The facts simply line up to that. We gave too much love to Cal Raleigh early in the show. I figured I had to give equal airtime to Aaron Judge. It's like politics.
Yeah.
If you allow one candidate on, you got to allow the other one. So I talked about Cal Raleigh, but Aaron Judge is going to get his.
I like it. A nice if-then statement to solidify your MVP argument. Hey, Tina, if someone brought ice cream to the station today, then I'm guessing you got the chance to try it. Is that an if-then as well?
Oh, yeah. I got to try plenty of ice cream and frozen yogurt today by 16 Handles, West Palm Beach. The 16 Handles is located on Dixie Highway just north of Southern Boulevard in West Palm Beach. Ben and Lindsay, owners of that location, came in today with loads of ice cream and frozen yogurt for the team, and it was a toppings galore.
Nice.
Sprinkles, hot fudge, cookie doughs, Oreos, waffle cone pieces, and so much more. They always have 16 flavors and even include vegan and gluten-free options. They just launched their pumpkin flavor, and I had it today, and it was amazing. I might steal the pint that they left and take it home.
Come on now.
Ben and Lindsay wanted to create a place for the community where they can come and see familiar faces. You can hold meetings there, birthday parties, fundraisers, and more. Plus, there's a large indoor and outdoor space. Go check them out. 16 Handles, West Palm Beach, located on Dixie Highway just north of Southern Boulevard. And follow them on social at 1616 Handles WPB. Oh, it was so good.
Dude, I feel like people
FOMO.
often imitated, never replicated good hot fudge. Like, hot fudge does not equal chocolate syrup, and they brought hot fudge, and it was awesome.
Yes.
Warmed up, delicious.
It was so cute, too. Like, they brought us, individual chocolate and vanilla ice creams. They even had, a vegan option, and they even had Oreo ice cream. And every single cup of ice cream that they brought had a smiley face on it with, the flavor. Every single topping had a smiley face on it, and, they had Life is Sweet on, every single cup. It was the best. It was amazing. That was my lunch today, and it made my day.
Yeah, thanks for showing up to work, Theo.
Yeah,
All right,
I was about to say, are y'all done having y'all's nice parade? I get it. The ice cream was delicious.
Amazing, amazing.
All right, wow. I'd love to say it. Save me some. I'll be there tomorrow.
Russo and Rizzo did not get ice cream either.
Okay.
Because Rizzo was on a diet, and he was all high and mighty, and even the entire office was cheersing our ice cream together.
Oh, yes. You're telling me Rizzo made it about him in that moment? He would never. He did that?
And Russo was not in the office yet, so his loss.
Okay.
I'm taking his cup.
Okay. I would assume Mike Rizzo would just sit there quietly as everybody enjoyed the ice cream. Are you telling me he made a fuss about the fact that he's on a diet?
He came in as we were all so happy, enjoying creating our ice cream. We had toppings out everywhere, and we were I was I'm gonna do some cookie dough bites. Oh, I'm gonna do some as well as some hot fudge. And he just came in, bad attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, he just goes, ice cream at 1:30, huh?
Yeah, he was shaming us.
That is unlike Mike. What has gotten into him? I mean, this is not the kind of I would not expect that from him. I'm gonna have to have a talk with him tomorrow. I'm surprised. Guys, can I tell you a little bit about my Prize Picks plays for this Thursday night football action?
Let's do it. We got a game tonight. It might not be the most glamorous game,
no, it's not.
But we got a game tonight. Both these teams are hungry, aren't they?
You never want you, if you're a fan of the Cardinals or the Seahawks, you're like, that's not how I want you previewing my favorite team's game. Yeah, both of these teams, they're they're in the NFL, and they're going to play tonight, Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. It's at Arizona. The Seahawks and the Cardinals both 2-1. They both have a similar opponent, CCAT. You know who that might be?
The Saints.
The New Orleans Saints, who the Cardinals struggled to get by, but the Seahawks absolutely bludgeoned. I'm not a big transitive property guy in the NFL, but I do think early in the season with a small sample size, it is fair to take those two outcomes. In this game, I do like the Seahawks to potentially blow out the Cardinals, but on Prize Picks, it's not about that. It's about who you think can get off. I like Torrey Horton, rookie wide receiver, number 15 for the Seahawks. He has his stat projection on Prize Picks at 25.5 receiving yards. I'm going more than. And on the other side for the Cardinals, everybody loves talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., but the true number one for Kyler Murray in that offense is Trey McBride. I like his receiving yards at 64.5. I like more on both of those. $5 gets you 15. And you do know that when you use Prize Picks and you use promo code THEOD, your first $5 lineup that you submit, get you $50 in free lineups to keep on playing on Prize Picks. Go ahead, try it out. It pays to be right. And that's what I do on Prize Picks on a week-to-week basis. How you like those? How you like those, CK?
Do you have numbers of Trey Benson in front of you? Because isn't he supposed to take over and get all those carries that are going to be left behind from James Conner being hurt?
Trey Benson has, let me get you his numbers really quickly. I know we're running out of time, so I will do it swiftly.
Got to keep you on your toes, Theo.
I know. Trey Benson for tonight's game. Trey Benson, his rushing yards is 55.5. That could be an easy more. He's a big play running back. He can get that in one burst, but then also, if you're the Seahawks, you know where they want to go with it, and that's a good defense.
All right.
We'll see how it rocks out. It'll be a fun one. Not really, because both of those teams, not that amazing.
If you got a lineup submitted, that's what makes it fun.
That's what makes it fun. That's why I'll be watching. I got my Prize Picks lineup, so you do the same. That's CCAT. That's Tina. Thanks to Mike T for pulling up today. Russo and Rizzo is next, and I'll be in the office tomorrow. Go in love. Go in peace. Go enjoy.